All right, welcome to Americans Alliance Formula Racing, Season 2, Race 6. We are here at Silverstone, and qualifying is already underway, and we have a few, most of the drivers are out already, a few people in the pits. So let's enable some of our information here. So Narkip, the first one to cross the line, 128.1, and we have some other drivers as well. So Rafa with a 127.1, 1 second delta between the two drivers currently. So Fildorain's out here, and I'm thinking he's about to just complete his lap because we tuned in a little bit into qualifying, so these guys are already completing their first set of laps. And Mega Man really close for pole position, 2/10 in between Rafa and Mega, followed by Gator and Ginger. So now Ginger and Fildorains are now on the Mercedes. We finally have two Mercedes out. And we have a new duo this weekend, or today, Daddy and Krusty, both for the Alfa Romeos. So Krusty on the medium tire, so is Daddy. These guys on their outlap. Now this race, it should be a very simple, easy one-stop. The softs will last for 14 laps and the mediums will last for 21 laps, and that's according to the game. You can usually push those numbers. The full race itself is 26 laps, which the hard can easily do the entire race. And Pax is out. I see Pax is done, so he's spun out of Stowe corner. So, and Ferrari has despawned, so we don't get to see where in the track he ended. So let's see. Let's go on board with somebody here. Let's go on board with Krusty on the medium tires. Turn 1, flat out. That's really good to kiss the green part of that curb. Gets turned in early. The front really not wanting to bite there. And he's getting oversteer on both of these corners. The medium's really not wanting to bite in. Full DRS. Full beans. He should be up, braking way after the 50. Wait to the front, get the car rotating in. Early in the power, he's very careful in the power here. He didn't go full power until the curb. Cuts on the inside. Let's see if he lifts for this one. No lift. Going a little bit wide in the exit, doesn't invalidate his lap, so he looks pretty good. And this is all about prioritizing the exit. He gets all bent out of shape on the final set of S's. And he doesn't seem to care for a tow from Cam. Wow, going into the grass. So this does not look like very composed laps thus far. And we'll see if he continues. There might be a temperature issue on his medium tires. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work. And so that's P9 for Krusty. And I'm guessing he's going to continue, yes. Which makes sense on the mediums. It can take up to a lap of fast running. That looks much better the second time around. And he's having oversteer again. The car really not wanting to rotate out of the chicane. And We'll see if he can improve out of Sector 1 here. He can. He's shaving a tenth off, which is not enough, really. These guys are on the low 27s up top. So if he hopes to be top 5, he needs to shave time on the second sector for sure. There he is, so that looks much better for him. He didn't run wide out of there. So this is all about prioritizing the exit out of this corner. And that was beautiful. He got the front really snapped. And there he goes. He gets the tow from Galaxy. I'd be shocked if he doesn't improve by, I don't know, half a second here. Everything is looking a lot better. Carrying a lot more apex speed into Stowe. He's very careful out of the corners. I bet he's running very aggressive rear suspension. There you go, 7/10. That looked like a much better lap for him. So he manages to put the car in P4, which is pretty impressive on these medium tires. Mega Man, we know Mega Man is fast. And he's going on a hot lap, so let's go on board with Mega Man. So he gets the car rotated pretty early in here using the runoff area. Car bites beautifully, and this guy's all getting really careful out of these corners. These low speed corners can really bite you if you go into the grass aggressively. Gets a car rotated beautifully. You can let it go a little bit wide. Tighten the... Oh, and that's a rear snap for him. I mean, he's lucky to keep his wheel right there, to be honest. That could have been a wheel off for Mega Man. And this is why these guys are being very careful on the throttle out of the corners. So Gator improving by almost 2/10, putting him on P3. So who is out and about? So Narkhip. Narkhip is 4/10 up on his Sector 1 time. So whatever he did puts him in contention for top 4 if he can just match his times. Tigodi right ahead of him on the Red Bull. I'm not sure if he's on a hot lap or not. And I mean, it doesn't matter how good you are at this game, it's situations like this that will distract you. Narkhip going very wide. So it may look like Tigodi is on a hot lap because he's not getting out of the way. Oh, there he goes. He gets out of the way. And, oh, the rear, and that's a wheel gone. And that's how easy it is to lose a wheel here. He dips on the grass by just a little bit, loses the rear end. And once the rear end starts swinging and he overtakes the car, it's very hard to do anything about it. You become a passenger, really. Fildo Reigns on the gravel. Not sure that's the quickest way around the track. But there he is. So he seems to live another day. Wow, Bobino's way down the order. So Bobino's got more pace in him than this, I'm sure. So let's see what his delta here looks like. So 2/10 up, but he's on high 8s. And that's another fastest lap for Rafa up front. Bobino's having, he's taking it easy. I mean, he's going to cross the line, so maybe this is a... So he improves by a little bit, but not enough. So he stays in P13. So far, Rafa in pole position in 126.8, so he's the first driver to dip in the 26s. Galaxy with a 127.1, closely followed by... closely followed by Gator, and then Mega Man, P4. And then Krusty has decided to ditch the medium tires and this is an out lap for him. So I'm very curious to see what his lap looks like once he goes, so we'll keep an eye on that. I kind of want to see his on board with the softs. Alright, let's go on board with Krusty. There he goes, turn one. You want to just touch that green stuff on the right side, and that's grass. Wow, he was lucky to save the car there. Has some good reflexes by Krusty. He dips the left tire on the grass and loses control over the car. So we'll go to Cam. I think Cam's on an out lap. So Cam would be somebody to watch out for as well. These guys are on an out lap. 3 minutes left on this qualifying session. So, I mean, Krusty's doing pretty well on those medium tires. The problem is that he's not much faster than the other guys since the one stop is so easy here. You have a big window of time in which you can pit for tires on a simple one stop. So the McLaren guys, they both have a ton of. They're out of position here. I'm not sure what's happening. So both Bobino and Pat have more pace than this. Yeah, we know. So Krusty in the pit. So he didn't have. I don't think he had fuel to do another lap. He had to abort and just come back to the pits, which means he might not have enough time to do another timed lap. We'll find out. We can go on board with Cam, and Cam lost the car completely. So this guy's really pushing for the extra time, and he's retired. So he knows he doesn't have enough time on the board to come back to the pits and do another lap time. So let's go on board with Galaxy. So he is on Sector 2. He's in P2. He has the pace to put it on pole as well. It's not too far from the 126.8 that he's chasing. And he's down a 10th. So he needs to somehow find about another 2/10 here on this last sector, which, depending on how his previous attempts were, it is quite possible. Goes a little wide, it's fine. He turns in real early here. It's not quite the ideal line to turn that early into that turn. And 2.5, so close, so close. Half a tenth in between Rafa and Galaxy for pole position. We'll have Mega Man to finish a lap here, and then Gator's right behind him as well. All these guys turning in there. Maybe that's the line this year. Is they're turning in quite early. So he improves by a little bit, but not by much. He stays put in P4. So we'll see Gator. Gator is actually up on his time, so he didn't improve, but he keeps P3. Krusty's got 39 seconds to cross the line. We'll see. He's doing all the tricks in the book to get to the line. "17 seconds. Does he make it? Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't, and that's frustration. So he's in P5, but he will start on the medium, so he can wait for a safety car. So Gator going again. This is looking like a timed lap, and I'm not sure if the McLaren in front of him is doing a hot lap as well, because if that's the case, there's little to be done, and that's Bobino. Okay, that's a little bit more like the line I like to take. I actually like to go a little bit even more square than that. And there you go, he improves his time, but he can't quite make the P2. Mega Man going into the pits. And I think... So, Feel the Rain finishing a lap. Mega Man, Pet Lazard going into the pits. All these guys taking the exact same line into that turn. That's very interesting. Maybe that is the faster line. Okay, so Feel the Rain do improve. P11, which is a great place. You have a free choice of tire. You're as high as you can be with the free choice of tires. And Chaos improves by a little bit as well. And Rafa... So my time is messed up, so because I didn't think Rafa was doing a final timed lap. So he puts it on pole position by 1:26.7. I mean, not too far from Galaxy, so we still have a pretty good fight in our hands here. So Gator P3, not too far from these guys either, so it could be anyone's race here. I have a feeling Chaos is listening to the broadcast.
Nope, it's not there, c'est vrai.
So that's Mega Man acknowledging Rafa's lap, which was a good lap, quite a good lap. And that's it. And so we have Krusty P5, we have Sheer P6, Murphy P7, Ginger P8, Brother John P9, Arkip P10. That's around 10, and only a second separating P1 from P10, so we will have a spicy fight. Now, Krusty is on the mediums. He can go very far into this race and wait for... Oh, these are ominous clouds here. Ominous clouds. Which means the soft runners have a advantage in tire temperatures because it is easier to just work up their temperatures. However, the medium runners have the advantage of being able to run almost 10 laps longer than the soft runners waiting for that rain to come if it comes. So the soft runners, if there is late race rain here, they will be able to do a one-stop into the inters if needed. Now, if that rain comes in early, then the medium runners are in a huge disadvantage to the soft runners. And the difference can be quite drastic. Now, these guys are allowed to mess with their tire pressures on the grid, so they can do with them as they like. But that, of course, will affect more than just temperatures. So these guys have a little bit of thinking to do here, especially if there's a little bit of rain and no one is hitting go to track, which is good. I think Chaos is listening to the broadcast, and if that's the case, hi Chaos, because I have said that he has improved. Not ominous enough to rain though. It's gonna clear up. Okay, so Chaos is listening to me. Thank you. The weather update from Chaos is hello. The weather update is that this will clear up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, which means that if the track is colder, the soft runners will have the advantage. It is a very, very easy one stop as well. So I can see even the people with free choice of tire going for the softs for that launch at the beginning. You can get this year's if you get your start right, you can get 2 positions. Like it's insane, and it's not very hard to get your start wrong either. So we'll see. I should maybe check with these guys if they're ready. Uh,
Feeling good to go.
Thank you, sir. All right. Can one of you please hit go to track for these guys? Thank you. All right. So there is no formation lap tonight. Based on the fiasco we had in the previous race at Austria, we have decided to take the formation lap off and see if it helps. So far, so good. We haven't had any disconnections. However, we won't have time to set our screens with all the information we need. This will be interesting and challenging. We'll see what turn one looks like. All right. 5 red lights, away we go. We're here at Silverstone. It looks like Rafa gets to a good start. He clears Galaxy right away, solidifying that lead into turn one. Goes a little bit deep. It seems to be okay, though. So far, so good. We have Ginger gaining a couple positions in the back, and Krusty coming right back at him. But everyone seems to be pointing in the right direction still. I don't see any. And it looks like maybe Sheer had a look. And he's going to lose the rear end. And there is a little bit of a commotion here. Shearing sort of starting a chain reaction. And now everyone is... Oh, this is quite interesting. And that's Murphy going in the inside of Ginger. Beautiful overtake. So taking advantage of that chaos early on. This guy's with fuel. So Murphy really, really close to Sheer. Sheer's having a little bit of a dodgy start here. Krusty though in P3 already, chasing Galaxy for P2. And now we can start enabling a couple of things here. We're gonna go position change because we want to see what happened here. So we'll see something happen to Gator. He started in P3 and now he's all the way down to 12. Mega Man started in P4. He's down to 11th. Are those guys in the pit? They are both in the pits. So that is Mega Man in the pits. He pits for soft tires and Gator. No, so it's Mega Man in the pits and it is, looks like Chaos in the pits. Very interesting indeed. So there is this train now from P1 to P5. Now Rafa already clearing DRS from Rafa. And Rafa, so Rafa clears DRS from Galaxy and Galaxy clears DRS from Krusty. Sheer is right behind Krusty, 0.2 seconds. So after he's had that eventful start where he set up that chain reaction of collisions, he's now up there, putting Krusty under pressure. So now Rafa had burned all his ERS basically, so this might not be a real gap we're seeing. Because in Galaxy's got 50%, so Rafa really is vulnerable. Krusty's at 50%, Sheer's at 50%, Murphy is at 68%. So really, Rafa just burned his entire battery in 2 laps, and that's why we see that he pulled away, not saving anything for a defense or a counterattack. And that will make his car naturally slower if he's below the 25 mark. He's just... and that's Gator. Gator has disconnected. Oh, I understand. Krusty is on the mediums. That's why Shears is able to sort of push him along. And there he goes. 40 overtake, DRS open. That's very textbook. And it's interesting, Krusty's not fighting it because it doesn't make sense to fight this. They're on different strategies that they say. Oh, and that is a virtual safety car. Oh, and that's a Ferrari, and that's a Ferrari of packs. Pits. So Rafa in the pits. Galaxy stays out. Sheer stays out. Krusty stays out. Cam stays out. So Rafa and Murphy, the only ones to pit here under virtual safety car. They're going on the mediums. The mediums can go 21 laps, which means that these guys are going to take the medium tires to the end. So this will perhaps be the only stop that someone like Rafa will do. However, he will come back in traffic. I think that was the wrong call by Rafa. Just the virtual being in the lead, you can put your best time over and over again. You don't have to overtake or anything. So we'll see what happens. So we're now green. And my intervals are broken, so I'm navigating by now. Krusty's doing a really nice job, and Cam is now also P4, so both Krusty and Cam doing pretty well here to be in the top places on the medium tire. And now Krusty's with DRS. He's got the ERS advantage on Sheer. She's only got 40% battery. Krusty's got 70. Galaxy's got 80. Galaxy's just sitting here, just waiting for someone to attack him. So what Krusty can do right now is he can just allow Sheer to tow him until the grip on the mediums is better than the grip on the softs. And at that point, he overtakes. So this is a strategy to maintain a faster pace with your slower tire, using the grip of the guy in front of you. Because when they switch tires, then Krusty's going to be on the much soft tires, and at that point he can go aggressive, which makes sense. So Krusty burning whenever he can to stay within DRS. And we got Pat. Wow, the McLaren boys are all in P5 and P6 right now. We're watching this fight up front, and they're just quietly snuck into the top 5, top 6. So that is race experience for you, ladies and gentlemen. Those two combined has an enormous amount of race experience in between the two. So Galaxy is starting to pull away from Sheer. 2-second gap by now. Cam, 3-second penalty. Mega Man, 3-second penalty. And Rafa, DNF. So Rafa totaling the car, and now another virtual safety car. He just yeeted into cops, I think. Let's see. Who is around there? I think that's Murphy. No, it's Spax. So the Spax gets to see the car. No. So that's the DNF for Rafa. I'm pretty sure. Rafa was the championship leader up until now. Results and standings. Yes, championship leader DNFs out of this race with 68 points. Gator P2 with 58 points. Where's Gator at? Gator's P10. Mega Man is in P3 with 43 points. Where is Mega Man right now? So Mega Man is P8. Who can... Bobino and Cam both with 37 points. Bobino running P5 and Cam running P4. So this might be a very good result for Cam and Bobino. It might put them back in the fight here. And we're going green again. So let's see here. Krusty. I see Cub says, I think it's fair to say that his chances of winning are none. I would agree, given that he's DNF'd. I don't think he can come back from the dead and win this race. That would be quite the bug. Would I be surprised? No. Feel the rain. Also, now one of the Mercedes is now pressing the McLarens. So I wonder if Pat's starting to feel that he's faster than Bobino here. So far, no switch around for these guys. So Krusty doing more or less the please tow me on softs method pretty successfully. It looks like Pat's gonna go on a move on Bobino. Bobino goes super wide. Yeah, Pat's got the pace on Bobino, and if they're not careful, they're gonna lose both positions to fill the reins here. So the teammates not yielding to each other at this moment. And something happens to fill the rain that something has happened. Oh, his wing! Did he hit Pat? He probably has hit Pat. He has wing damage. His left end plate is obliterated. So Ginger putting the fastest lap of this race. Where is Ginger? He's on a quiet P12. But lighting the board up with the fastest lap. So Krusty. Galaxy feeling the pressure. So he was at 90% ERS. He's down to 60. So he's starting to feel that Sheer is making his way into that lead, and Krusty's getting closer and closer as well. Another driver to look at is Mega Man. So Mega Man is right behind Gator as well. He might set up a move here. And there you go, Mega Man overtaking Fielder Reigns with that broken wing. So that's Pat. Is that Pat or Bobino in the pits? That is Bobino in the pit. So he was the leading car. So that's lap 9. That's really early to pit. Really, really early to pit. Krusty still within the half a second gap, being towed along, and Mega Man. Now his next in line is Gator. Mega Man doing a very nice recovery drive here. He's up to P7 again. And Murphy wants to join this fight right behind Mega Man. So I can keep watching Krusty because I'm not sure when he's going to decide to pounce. Yeah, Sheer very much feeling the heat, this guy. Sheer into the pits. So that liberates Krusty to chase after Galaxy. He's 2 seconds. It will be interesting to see the gap now if it decreases, because I'm wondering how the soft runners are doing with their. Oh, and that's Murphy making a pass on Mega Man on the outside. Cruises by him. And that tells you that the softs are starting to be... Oh, I see. Murphy is one of the drivers who pit in the first virtual safety car. So his mediums are only 4 lap old. So he's had that advantage, really. So this gap to Galaxy stays relatively untouched, except right now. Okay, so these guys on exact and Gator going in the inside line by Pat. There's nothing Pat can do about it. He's already 3-4 car lengths ahead of him. Both of these guys under steering into this corner. Now Bobino, after he pit, is all the way back to P13. He was right along this. He was right by his teammate, and I wonder if Pat is going to answer his teammate's pit to see if he can stay ahead. So Murphy might line up overtake on Pat, and he does. Pat, a little bit of a squeeze, tough but fair. He leaves just enough room. And now Murphy is off to chase after Gator. I don't think it's going to take very long. Murphy is driving very well on these medium tires. The gap to Galaxy from Krusty is down to 1.2. So Krusty is about 0.8 seconds a lap faster than the race leader at this point in the race. Now Gator on 10 lap old soft tires, Murphy on 6 lap old medium tires. Murphy's got a lot more traction, a lot more grip. That's Mega Man in the pit. Mega Man going in the pits at this point. Krusty within DRS of Galaxy. And I wonder if this is going to be time for Galaxy to pit. And there it goes, Galaxy, in the race leader in the pits. And that frees Krusty to do time trial laps. He might get DRS off of Chaos in front of him. So Cam is now P2. Galaxy's, wow, this pit lane is just very, very, very long. I forget how long the pit lane is here, and I think it's 60 miles per hour, not 80 as well. On top of it, and that's a penalty for Daddy, DYL8. So where does Galaxy feed off of here? So he's right behind Sheer. So Sheer was able to pull an undercut on Galaxy. Very interesting. So Sheer's now the de facto leader of this race. Sheer gets by Pat Lassard pretty fast. Now Pat on very old soft tires. It looks like Galaxy is going to have to wait a little bit to be able to get through Pat. And you got to be careful. He had to lift, and that was very good that he did. And he puts the car on the outside. And yeah, so Pat had to release him, which was a very wise call to do. But that opens Pat up to an attack from the Alfa Romeo behind him. Yeah, so that has got, so that being the fact that he caught up to Pat at an awkward position has given Sheer about 1.5 seconds on Galaxy. And Galaxy dipping a wheel in the grass there. So we gotta keep an eye here at Galaxy and Sheer. Murphy might go to the end on these mediums as well. But Sheer's 3 seconds behind him, so I don't think he's gonna be able to hold these guys back. So if Murphy continues and everything goes according to plan, and he goes to the end, he may be looking at a P4 finish. So all these guys have stabilized. No one is within DRS of range of anybody else. Except maybe Mega Man. So Mega Man catching Bobino here. Fieldo Reno, hard tires. That is very, very brave. Those hard tires ought to feel like ice skates. Alright, we know Mega is both fast and wise, so he's going to really pick the point of attack here. Both of these guys have an enormous amount of energy and they're both burning. But Mega's got an amazing exit off of Maggot's back hits complex. And he's way clear of Bobino. So makes the pass with no issues whatsoever. So Galaxy is closing to Sheer, and he's using less ERS to do so. And we're about a little over halfway through this race. Krusty is leading the race, and actually he is pitting. He's expecting to do 11 laps on the soft tires. We know those soft tires are pretty sketchy at lap 11, is what we've seen. But he's going to be a rocket ship out of the pits. We'll find out where he feeds out. So that's Murphy. Will he stay ahead of even Murphy? I think so. Sheer and Galaxy are right here. So Sheer is the person that he's hoping to stay behind. But no, so he's being right behind Galaxy. And that's what it is, folks. Sheer towing Krusty with the DRS when Krusty was on the slower tires. Right, so Krusty basically had the soft tire pace based on the DRS that he was getting lap after lap. And now, these guys are now on the slower tire, and now Krusty's on the soft tire. Now he can go full-on attack without having to worry about tire strategy. Because he was taking the softs to the end, so very good strategic call here by Krusty. It's his race to lose. He ought to just be very cautious and pick where he attacks. Now, Sheer ought to keep Galaxy behind him, but not. Galaxy and Sheer do not want to fight each other. So Galaxy is in this very unique position that if he hopes to win this race, he has to allow Sheer to give him a DRS, but not fight with Sheer to keep Krusty behind. And that's a very tough ask. And I'm not sure, that's a sort of racecraft that requires all concentration you have and situational awareness. So the Alfa Romeo is now running P4, P5, so that's really good points for them. So we'll see what Galaxy decides to do here. We have seen some really careful... Oh, and there's Murphy in the picture too, because Murphy's going to the end as well. So we have the slowest guy up front. Then we have two guys that are about the same pace, P2, P3, and the fastest guy in P4, all of them separated in between 2 seconds of each other. So really, this is very well set up. And that's Shiro Murphy. He might go for it. Murphy burning everything. Sheer not having the ERS really anymore. Murphy has an enormous ERS advantage on Sheer. Oh, and Galaxy on the outside. Just there. Oh, that made me so nervous. So these guys within a hair of each other. And Krusty just watching this. Galaxy putting the car right next to Murphy on the curb, and I really thought for a second that contact was inevitable, but both drivers doing very well to not in contact. Now Murphy also has DRS. Everyone here is DRS. Galaxy going a little bit deep, and Krusty's getting a little bit invested here. Every time Galaxy goes a little bit deep. And remember, the softs, they don't last forever. Their peak performance will drop way faster than the medium tire runner, so he has this pressure to make a pass. Now Sheer is doing a tow job for Murphy, really. Murphy on much older tires being able to hold this guy's back by simply virtue of the DRS given by Sheer. Krusty getting really close to Galaxy now. He has to lift a little bit. And that's Cam with the fastest lap. Cam also on soft tires, a rocket ship. Cam, oh, in the inside of Galaxy. Galaxy allows for some room. And it looks like Krusty makes the move. That's a very good move. So Galaxy went a bit wide, and Krusty puts the nose on the inside and gets the overtake done. So the next person on the line is Murphy. Now Murphy, these guys tires way too much. So I'm reckoning that they are going to, that Krusty's move on Murphy is going to go way faster here. Just by virtue of grip. Now, Cam just shaves about a second in a lap, so he might come at, he kind of come at Galaxy as well. Oh, this guy's doing a phenomenal job though. So Murphy doing a phenomenal job on 14 lap old soft tires. And if you look at, Sheer's got like 10% batteries left. I mean, that car is empty. And Murphy's got 70, and Krusty's got 80. So really, Sheer is all empty up front to keep these guys behind during the DRS zones. And Galaxy also hanging behind. Oh, Krusty. Murphy getting really, really deep into the entry of the complex. But both of them took way too much speed into that corner. Oh, that's a 3-second penalty for Sheer. Oh, that's decisive. That really is. I mean, Murphy could end up winning this race if he keeps it. He's not even defending against Krusty. That's how confident he is. Krusty's burning ERS to get close. He's not even defending. That's a cold head on his shoulders there. Not to freak out. Oh yeah, I think Krusty ran out of patience now. I think he's going full beans. Yeah, there he goes. Sends on the inside. A little bit of a touch. Oh, a little bit for a touch from behind from Galaxy. So Galaxy touches the rear axle of Krusty and makes him he loses adhesion with the rears. And that might be Galaxy's wing, really. I mean, I don't see any visible damage, but that doesn't mean it's not damaged. I don't foresee Krusty having any problem closing the gap, but that was quite. You could tell he's had enough. He just decided to go for the attack right there. It just didn't really pan out for him. Now Galaxy also losing DRS range from Krusty. Matter of fact, he's now dropping, and I bet that's wing damage for Galaxy. Galaxy needs to stay out, and he's gonna come home P5 because Cam is right behind him. But I think he has got 6 more laps. It's about 16 seconds in our kip. He's gonna keep it. Yeah, so it took like less than a lap for Krusty to recover the time lost. And now we have a Brother John Gator fight as well. Except maybe Gator just overtook him because Brother John is on ancient medium tires. So not only Murphy is able to keep up with Sheer, he's catching him. The problem is he doesn't want to overtake Sheer. He just wants to be towed. That's how Murphy wins this race. Murphy wins by getting DRS off of Sheer so that he can keep Krusty behind. Because it doesn't. I mean, Krusty's just so much faster than Murphy, but it doesn't matter. As long as this DRS train continues, it's very difficult to overtake without putting the car ahead in jeopardy, and yourself in jeopardy. I can tell you that. So these guys, I mean, Murphy would be very... Oh, Murphy losing the rear end under traction. That's going to leave him super vulnerable here. But he's saving ERS for these moments where he makes a mistake. Oh, and Galaxy, another 5-second penalties, and that's Cam on Galaxy. Yep, so Cam on the inside line. Very good overtaking opportunity right there. We just missed the overtake. And now I'm guessing he's just gonna disappear into the sunset. Gator's 12 seconds behind Galaxy, so I think Galaxy will be able to come home in P5 even with the wing damage. So let's go back to these guys. Oh, T. Goldie getting a 5-second speeding in the pit lane. So it seems like even though Murphy's tires are 8 laps older than Sheer, seems like Murphy's got the grip on Shear. It's very interesting. And you can see Shear's car harvesting. And that's just really not helping his lap time. Alright, so here we go. Can Krusty make a move? The rear complaining under power. He's giving it everything. He's giving it everything and asking it more than he has to give. And that's a Ferrari with a yellow sector 3. Oh, Krusty. Be careful. Putting his front wheel alongside the rear wheel of Murphy. Murphy gets really nice on the power. Less than 1 second separating the top 3 here. At this point, I would say would it be anyone's win, but Shear's got the 3-second penalty, so I don't think it'll be Shear's win here. It was either Murphy or Krusty for the win tonight. One mistake, one small mistake can be decisive. One penalty is decisive. I mean, these guys are on the edge. Now, Krusty's tires 8 lap old. We see that these guys are around lap 9, 10. They start losing grip on the softs. So he doesn't have a ton of time. Also, 2 more laps left to make the move. He tries on the outside this time. Give it everything. They're both running. They're both burning their ERS reserves. Murphy does not want to take it. He goes for the inside, leaving the space. Beautiful, beautiful attempt. Doesn't pan out. Murphy, he knows he doesn't have to give the inside or the outside to his opponent. He can just park right in between. Beautiful defensive move. Krusty tries to peek. There's not enough inside room on the inside. Mega job defending from Murphy on ancient medium tires. Kudos to both these drivers leaving the space, and here we go. He's gonna go again. Krusty burning, Murphy not burning. He thinks about going in the inside, but he knows he was carrying way too much speed. That was gonna be tears. So that earns Murphy a little bit of breathing space here. And one more lap goes by, and these guys are holding pattern. 2 more laps to go, folks. 2 more laps. We do not know who will win this race. Will it be Murphy? Will it be Krusty? Here's where Krusty decides to attack. Will go in the inside or the outside? Or will he calm down? He will go for it. Oh, the rear complaining. He's giving it everything. So both of these guys burning ERS. Both of them with similar ERS. And will he go in the inside? He does. He brakes a little bit too late. Slightly taps Murphy's gearbox this time. And I hope that's not wing damage for Krusty, because if that is wing damage, this has just sealed this race. I don't think I would be able to see the wing damage physically. And it looks like that was wing damage. It does not look like he can stay that close anymore. We'll find out here in a little bit. Both of these guys being very prudent with their ERS usage. Exactly identical ERS levels. Shear's got no battery left. That's the only reason these guys are able to keep up with him on nicer tires. And here we go, last lap. So if Krusty's got a move on him, if he's got the front wing, now's the time. Both of these guys identical ERS. Murphy on 21 lap old medium tires. His tires are ancient. Krusty also probably feeling the tire wear on those soft tires. There you go. He tries to make a tighter line. Those rears complaining under power. He really can't get the traction he wants out of the car. Both of these guys. And Murphy might go for an inside overtake. He doesn't. He decides against it. Yeah, Krusty's so much better on the brakes, but there's really he can't get the car side by side to make usage of that 40 overtake. 2 tenths separating. 2 tenths will make or break who wins this race tonight. Shear with a 3-second penalty, he will be P3 tonight. It's all about who gets to win this race. Both of these guys level-headed. Both of these guys are very tactical. Where they defend, where they attack. And now they're burning everything. They're burning everything, and that might be an overtake for Murphy. He's going to want to win this on track. And he gets past Shear. And Krusty has a car in between him and the race leader on the last lap of this race. And Murphy to cross a line, a brilliant drive from Murphy Law to win this race on ancient medium tires. Very tactical. He knew if he passed Shear, that would have been game over. Krusty, very nice attack attempts, very respectful to leave the space, just did not pan out. I bet those soft tires at the end were just done. And Shear had a good chance to win this race if it wasn't for that 3-second time penalty, folks. And Cam coming for P4. Nice recovery from him. P5 Galaxy. P6 Gator. Brother John. P8 Narkhip crossing the line. P9 Bobino. Narkhip P8 Bobino. P9 Feudorane to cross the line in P10. And that is all the points paying positions tonight. And the second Alfa Romeo about to cross the line for P11 and P12 through P15, finishing the race, lapped cars, and we had 3 DNFs tonight. What an end of a race. Amazing racing from these guys tonight. This has been America's Alliance Formula Racing Round 6 Silverstone. If you have watched us thus far, thank you for tuning in. If you drive with us, thank you for driving with us and putting this amazing show every week in, week out. If you do not race with us and if you'd like to try, we had 2 open seats today. Come and join us. Let's find out. Belgium next, April 6th. Spa Classic track. So I hope you guys to see you either on the track or on the stream or in our YouTube channel where this eventually gets pushed. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night and see you next week.